Hi, welcome back, DC Vigilante. I don't know why I'm saying welcome back. I just say it like this. I'm talking to myself. Right, I know I've not been making any YouTube videos recently. It's just because, well, I've been really kicked out of the whole media thing. As you may know, I run a page on Facebook called DC Vigilante, and at one point I was kicked out of Facebook for posting comments and everything else. And then I got blocked. And then because of something I had done previously, as soon as I was released, made a video on Facebook saying I'm back, suddenly I was kicked out again for 30 days. And I'm like, my God, talk about freedom of press here. But what's it done for me? It's freed me up. It's freed me up, and I can see... I'm seeing the world now, to be honest. You know, I'm not looking on this social media thing. Not because I've got no access to my page. I'm not even bothering with Facebook. I'm not bothering with Googles and everything else because there's no point. Because then if it really annoys me or gets me angry or something that I'm looking for, I can't do anything with the information I get. I can't post it to my page. So I've just totally ignored it, put it to one side, bought Games of Thrones audio, I'm listening to that, I've dusted off the old PlayStation. Love to get you guys address on the PlayStation, hook you up to mine, that way we can text every now and again. I did that. I actually went, apart from my work, I actually went out in the garden and done gardening stuff. I went, wow, cause most of the time I'm coming home, I'm tired, on my phone, do my page, but now I'm like, my garden looks fantastic. So it's so to be forced into it, giving social media a break, it's uplifting. It's almost giving up something naughty a break for a while and then suddenly getting it is I don't know, it's just I would get you guys to try it out. See if you can keep off social media for 30 days. Can you do it? Challenge there. For me, I had to be forced. You know what I mean? But this is the world we live in now. That we're all coming together through social media and geeks and medias and fans and everything else. And I think there was one time I just saw Creed 2 and I thought, wow, it's the first Rocky film. I'm actually not too happy about the good guy winning because I'm empathising with the bad guy and I wanted to talk about that, but no, I shouldn't. No. I've just seen the first wee bit of American Assassin. Had to stop because I want to share it with people now because I hadn't seen the whole film, but it definitely put me in. Anyway, right, I'm drifting way off the subject. So keep that in mind. Social media, talk break, not looking into it, right? So keep that in mind. So I saw a wee episode of Goldbergs, and in this Goldberg thing, it was all about the movie Highlander, which I totally love, right? Loved that because I love Queen as well. And one of the teachers on the Goldbergs is the villain from Highlander. And anyway, so what happens in that is you get this guy, and he's getting picked on by the bully. And he's getting, and then of course the mother intervenes, and she makes the bully come to her house and spend the night. They have to spend the night, bully and victim. I went, God, how do you start doing that? How do you get? Could you imagine your mother doing that? Right. First of all, we've got to find out. You've got to be open about who's actually doing the bullying, right? And not a lot of kids do that, right? When I was growing up, there used to be gang fights outside my window. The fathers never bothered to shut. It was the mothers that went out. Right, grabbed the kids by the scruff of the neck. I'm getting death threats and stuff like that. And of because the police never turned up. They waited till it died down. So for his mother and the Goldbergs to invite the bully around is, wow, what sort of, that's a close bond that you have with your son. So anyway, so the two of them are in the room, and she's like, what should we, I mean, how do you convince somebody like that to spend a night in this other guy's house? And of course he's like a jock, he's like rock music and everything else, he's tough, cool and everything. And the boy in the Goldbergs, he's like me, he's a geek, he loves the movies and memorabilia of the 80s, which is a great decade for movies. So he puts on Highlander and he totally loves it. And this is a true story, but they start a Highlander fan club. So what you've got is you've got the jocks, you've got the nerds, and then you've got the geeks and whatnot, and they're all coming together. And they all have this sword fight, and the geeks win because they've spent most of their life playing with swords. I've played with swords myself. But not that kind of sword. Anyway, so I'm pretty good in sword fighting. And this is what brings us all together. This is what social media does. It brings all the fans together, and we now see people that wouldn't normally do these things now doing them. Like comics and whatnot. So lo and behold, I'm in my work, and this head guy someplace, he comes in, he notices my BVS bag, and in my book sticking out is Vanishing Point. And I says, oh, you read Vanishing Point? And so the minute I got a whiff that he was a reader, that got me talking about, Zack Snyder, Justice League, DC, France, how I hate Marvel, what's wrong with Marvel, Kevin Feige and all that sort of stuff. Started talking about that. Educated him basically. That's what some people around me, because the guy was blown away with what I was telling him because it was on social media. And he didn't know that the Zack Snyder cut exists. He said there was no. I went, hello? He wasn't unaware about all this information, right? And I says, but what that told me is he's not on social media. He's not paying attention to social media. I mean, this is Scotland, okay? In America, you get Washington Post talking about the Zack Snyder cut, but this is Scotland. And so I'm talking to him. I says, all you need to do is put in Zack Snyder, and no doubt on YouTube, one of those videos will be the Zack Snyder cut. Right? Everyone's talking about it. And I went, wow. I says, you can even look me up, DC Vigilante, on Facebook, on YouTube as well. Very little. But that's what's so good about social media, right? Is that we're getting the words out there, right? We're posting and everybody else. We're getting our opinions out there, right? We're somehow hoping to educate people out there about what we believe is true and the existence of things and stuff like that. But then we come across other people who have not got an interest in social media whatsoever. Right, this guy, he buys Image comics, and so when I started telling him about how closely related Infinity War was to Justice League and his vision, and that, what? So see, we're only reaching a small people on the planet, right? We're not talking to the masses here. We're not preaching, right? The only thing that really good will grab somebody's attention were posters, and actually that was the other thing that really annoyed me about not being on the internet, is I can't post all this great stuff that's happened, like the Zack Snyder posters, or the picture that Joe Manganiello posted and whatnot. So I'm reaching out for new editors that I can hopefully get in there and start posting again. I mean, that's the downside for not being on there. I can't tell people about that stuff. But there we go. We have posters in America. I would love it if, like the Ghostbusters clubs, right, that you have all around the world. Glasgow Ghostbusters Club, New York Ghostbusters Club, Canada and Africa and whatnot, right? And they all put money together and put up posters. And they put up Zack Snyder posters. That tells the public. That gets more notice than the social media. That's my opinion anyway, especially after talking to this guy. So I was watching. I just finished watching Lights Out. So I watched it. It was okay fun. I couldn't stop looking at the Justice League and DC memorabilia stuff that was there, you know, and I'm thinking, oh, it's Warner Brothers. It's not that they could use Marvel; they would have to use DC. Then I saw the director of Aquaman help produce it, and I saw that guy in charge of Warner Brothers. His name's incredible, but that was a low budget movie. Right? That's a low budget Lights Out. But what got me? There's also a scene in the film in Lights Out where you only see a wee arm bit of Superman in the cape, and I'm thinking, isn't that a weird coincidence that in the Shazam movie you don't get the head either? It's like, wow, cannot touch Superman here, you know. But you see Robin, you see a Justice League poster and stuff like that. So anyway, so it put me in mind as this guy's maybe a fan, or is it just because he wanted to portray a wee boy's room? But then it got me thinking, well, if it's a lot, it made me appreciate Shazam. Made me more appreciate Shazam knowing that the director in there may be just as good as a fan anyway. But what it's just made me think about is because Lights Out was a cheaper production, right? And that's the way Warner Brothers wants to do with all these cheaper production movies. Right? Can you imagine if Warner Brothers wakes up one day, right, and says, listen, I think we don't know what to do with the DC franchise, right? Why don't we get DC Comics and the whole company there, right, to make it a side division, and they're in charge of the films and the movie making and everything else, and right, which, mind you, some of you might disagree on, which I can see all the comments before. Jeff Johns, what about if he mucks up again and everything else? Do you think they would get Zack Snyder because the thing went? So maybe that isn't such a good idea. But what is a good idea is still that idea of a small branch that has total control over it, that won't have to answer to anything that the big wigs at Warner Brothers is doing, right? They make the small budget movies that horror movies do, and every now and again, right, if that wee small budget makes money, instead of making a sequel, right, use that money to make a blockbuster movie like Justice League. You know, and as I say, the more we hear about, you know, Henry Cavill posting pictures about Batman, we hear more Joe Manganiello posting pictures of Deathstroke dice and stuff like that. Is he in or is he out? The Warner Brothers TV